If you're looking to switch your current CRM, or you're in the market for a new CRM and you're just getting into marketing automation, or whether you're using it to automate Woocommerce processes and follow-up campaigns, this video will be a comparison between the Groundhogg WordPress system and the other SaaS products and CRMs in the industry. My name is Paul Toby. Thank you so much for joining me and taking the time to watch this quick video. Just before we get into the comparison between Groundhogg and all of the leading CRMs, I'd just like to point out a lot of the reasons why people have trouble adopting CRMs, and this is according to PieSync. They found that amongst SMEs, that 38% of them found that price was the biggest obstacle to choosing a CRM. And again, it's one of those things where if you're considering marketing automation, you have to look at that in terms of, well, what is my cost and what is my potential return on that investment? And cost seems to be a big prohibitor and an obstacle to SMEs choosing a CRM. The next one is setup. 40% of them found that they lacked the resources to implement one. A lot of times they'll work with marketing agencies to do that. 34% are just flat out resistant to change. Not sure what I can do about that. But between 18 and 69% of CRM implementation projects fail. And that's an interesting one because it's due to a number of reasons. Things like not being set up properly, improper training, failure to adopt the systems and processes, and there's a bunch of reasons in there. So it's important to choose your CRM and get it set up and stick with it for the long haul. And then finally, 17% of salespeople cite lack of integration with other tools as their biggest challenge. So keeping all of those challenges in mind, I'd like to introduce to you the comparison chart that we did between Groundhogg and the other leading CRMs. We are comparing it to ActiveCampaign, Aweber, Campaign Monitor, Constant Contact, Drip, ConvertKit, GetResponse, HubSpot, Infusionsoft, Keep, MailChimp, Mailjet, Mautic, Ontraport, Pardot, Salesforce, and finally Sendinblue. Keeping in mind that the biggest obstacle to adopting a CRM was price, that's where I'd like to focus on first. And just before I do that, it's important to note that Groundhogg is really the only self-hosted product for WordPress users. There is another self-hosted solution, which is Mautic, but it is not specifically a WordPress product. You would install it on your web server, and it does somewhat integrate with WordPress, but Groundhogg is really the only true WordPress integration, making it much more preferable for people using other WordPress products like Woocommerce. The other offerings in the industry are all third-party hosted SaaS products, software as a service, which means that if you fail to pay your bill one day, all of your marketing automation that you've set up, all your contact data, tags, essentially everything is hosted on their hosting services, and therefore it will be lost to you if you fail to continue your payments. Not so with Groundhogg. If you miss a payment with Groundhogg, it's still in your database and you still have access to the information. So that's a really big differentiator between Groundhogg and the other CRMs. So let's get back to price now. We looked at the prices for, say, 1,000 contacts, then 10,000 contacts, the cost for 25,000, and then 100,000. And you can see that with Groundhogg, it's $40, $40, $40 per month, which is clear that no matter how many contacts you have, the pricing is the same. The reason why it says contact sales for 100,000 contacts is it's still $40 a month, but you're going to need a pretty robust server, and it's a good idea to contact the team over at Groundhogg. They can offer you some recommendations on server specifications that you would need to handle that many contacts, and of course the amount of emails that are being sent. There is an unlimited amount of emails that you can send per month. If you add $9, we're basically using send WP, and then the number of users is unlimited and the number of custom fields is unlimited. So let's take a look at the pricing of the others. While they may start out somewhat reasonable for like 1,000 contacts, it can really scale up very quickly. So in terms of active campaign, between $75 up to $645, and then you have to contact sales for anything like 100,000. You can send unlimited emails. It does have 25 users. Custom fields is really hard to find that information, so we recommend you check their site or contact sales. Aweber was $49 to $149, Campaign Monitor $79 up to $1,000 a month. Constant Contact was, and again, some of these aren't true CRMs. So Constant Contact is more like a newsletter autoresponder. It made the list because it is a popular product. Drip was $49 to $13.55. ConvertKit $49 up to $679 for 25,000 contacts. GetResponse is $99 a month up to $11.99 a month, but there's only 5 users. HubSpot has a very different pricing model. It's not just a CRM, it's websites and social media. So it's really hard to differentiate or determine the pricing compared to Groundhogg. It's estimated at around $300 a month to start, and then it just tiers up quite quickly from there. Then there's Infusionsoft, which I'm quite familiar with as an Infusionsoft partner. It starts at $200 or $199 a month, and then it tiers up quite quickly from there. But that's only for one user. I know specifically that it's $29 per user after the first user per month. Then Keep is the light version of Infusionsoft, not a true drag and drop campaign builder or CRM, but it is a viable solution from $99 a month up to $600 a month. Then there's MailChimp. Again, the MailChimp product is $49 USD a month, but that's for the basic autoresponder. If you want to get into marketing automation, you're looking at around $250 a month and up. MailJet's not a CRM. It's just an email sending system. Not sure why it's totally on this list, but it is being used by a lot of people because it is fairly inexpensive. Mautic, again, we talked about that in the beginning as a self-hosted solution. Not a specific WordPress product, and the pricing is as follows. Then you have Entreport from $79 up to $500 plus a month for 1 to 5 users. Pardot is a Salesforce marketing automation product. Starts at around $1,000 a month. Salesforce doesn't even post their pricing online. You have to actually connect with the sales team. And then finally, Sendinblue, which is a marketing automation system developed in France. Starts at 27 US, goes up to 71 USD. And you can send 40,000 emails a month, but that's only for 3 users. Everything after 3 users is $12 per user. So I think in terms of price, if you're looking to compare the scalability of Groundhogg versus the others, it's really the only one that scales with you without actually having to pay more per contacts and per email sent. And it does have its advantages because it is self-hosted and your data belongs to you versus the SaaS company. So the next thing that I wanted to focus on is the wow factor, and that's things like, is it translatable? Do they have awesome support? Great documentation? Deep WordPress integration, not simple. Simple being most of the time with these CRMs, all you can do is take web forms and install them on your site. But WordPress is completely intertwined with page views and WooCommerce actions, things like that. So, and then there's the rating that it is given in WordPress, and whether it's open source and built with developers in mind. So Groundhogg, again, ticks off all these boxes. It's 5 stars on support, 5 stars on rating in WordPress. And there really is no other, as I scroll through, system that is as good as WordPress in those categories. HubSpot does have some good star ratings, but again, it's not completely intertwined in the same ways as WordPress, and of course the price is exorbitant. And then you've got Infusionsoft and the rest of them. So we are going to give you access to the spreadsheet, and I'll tell you how to get access to it at the end of this video. Next on the list is must-haves. So how many of them tick all the boxes on GDPR and CASL compliance, managing contacts, sending emails, tracking open rates, marketing automation, drip funnels, SMS, drag and drop email editor, custom web forms. A lot of these things are really, really important to the operation of your CRM, whether you're able to style web forms and whether you can use your own SMTP service. Again, Groundhogg ticks off every single box here. Most of the others, actually all of the others, you are not allowed to use your own SMTP service. You use theirs, and it's their email sending service. So Groundhogg's really the only one that you use your own, no matter what it is, SMTP service. Others tick off some boxes as you go through, but again, I think it's important to note that Groundhogg's really the only one that ticks off all of the boxes. The other things too that I think are important to mention is things like SMS, text messaging. A lot of those with the other CRMs are add-ons, meaning it's not completely integrated or built right into the SaaS product. You have to connect it to a third-party service. And with Groundhogg, with your $40 a month, it's connected automatically to the SMS sending service like Twilio. Next, on advanced features, whether you can take payments and subscriptions via PayPal, payments and subscriptions via Stripe. Booking calendar is an important one because it's one of the things that I really like about it is people being able to book appointments online. Whether you can restrict content, social proof pop-up, sales pipeline integration, executive dashboard reporting, custom dashboards, signing contracts. Actually, Groundhogg was the only one that ticked that box, creating a contract and having people actually being able to sign it with a light pen or a finger. Then you've got lead scoring, countdown timers, integrations with Amazon Web Services, Twilio, Zapier, and at least 4 e-commerce integrations, and then learning management system integrations, at least 4, and then of course a REST API, whether you can connect it to other things through customization and an open API. So Groundhogg ticked off all the boxes on advanced features. You can access this spreadsheet after this video, but no other company even came close to ticking off all of the boxes. So I think that's an important thing to note. And then you get into things like marketing agencies and pro features. So whether you can get custom development. I know the team over at Groundhogg. Connecting with them is possible to get things developed. We're actually in the process of helping them integrate it for the travel industry and for the fitness industry. So there are a lot of custom development things going on right now in the background. If you're thinking that you want to develop something on top of Groundhogg, it's a good idea to contact the development team at Groundhogg. Again, no other company fit that bill. There wasn't one that had that service. And then white label custom branding, whether you want to white label Groundhogg and offer it as a service. And then of course, white glove setup, meaning help with implementation and setup. Again, no other company does that. Groundhogg was the only one that seemed to be really built with agencies in mind. And then finally, the fine print, native integrations. Do I require a contract? Are there any startup costs? Can I try before I buy? Yes, Groundhogg has a $9 14-day trial and it's refundable. The others again, are in various states of integrations. I think the main thing when it comes to integrations and extensions to report is that $40 a month gets you every single integration, which there are 40 of them. With the others, they are add-ons or additional integrations that you have to pay for. So whether they have them, like ActiveCampaign has 32, they are additional paid services. So again, the cost of Groundhogg will always be $40 a month versus the other SaaS products, which are very different in terms of pricing and scalability. So getting access to this spreadsheet is easy. All you have to do is fill out the quick form on this webpage, give us a name and an email address, and we'll send you instant access to this doc. I hope this video has been informative. It's been a pleasure working with you. My name is Paul Toby on behalf of Training Business Pros. Have yourself a great day.